What's up, fellow anglers? Aaron LeSueur here, back on the truth, and guess what? It's Delta Day, and another cool thing, back up. It's summertime. It's been hot here in Sacramento. It's going to be like 100 again today. That means top water action, and if you watched the last episode, you know that I said we wanted to get back out here and go one rod only. Whopper Plopper, but we brought two. Got a Whopper Plopper and a frog. That's it. There'll be no drop shots. There'll be no Senkos. There'll be nothing else. We're going plopping and frogging all day long. And of course, I got my apple fritter and, oh yes, the latte, standard operating procedure right there on anytime we get out on the Bass Cat, which is back there. And speaking of the Bass Cat, got a little maintenance to do. My bro, Steven LeSueur right here.
Yep.
Keeps busting out another 1,000, if you know what I mean, and you're a boat owner. He's got new springs, new trailer tires, new brake actuator. And if you watched the Lake Natoma video, you know we had to do a little DIY bunk repair with some zip ties because his bunks are falling apart. We got the brand new bunks in the back of the truck. We got to get to the Delta, get the boat off first, and do a quick little repair, get the new bunks on, and then we'll get to go fishing. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you your weather report for the day here today and a tide report so you know what we got going on. I'm pretty sure we got to get at least one good one today because the Whopper Plopper just attracts those giants, and I love it. I love it. That's my absolute favorite bait and technique to do. So let's get out there. Let's see what's going on in the Delta. Let's get these darn bunks put on so we can do some fishing. We're out here, it's a little later than we should be at the Delta right now because it's 6:40. We should be out there plopping on their heads right now. But I'm a fair weather fisherman now. I don't do tournaments. I don't need to get up at the crack. So hopefully they're still biting in the afternoon. But we're going to get this high tide that drops to a low tide, which is the absolute perfect conditions for the Whopper Plopper. I like to throw it on low tides. I want the least amount of water over their heads so they can get that bait quick. So it's going to be perfect conditions today. Let's see what we can do. We're going to B&W. Next time you see me, we're going to be on the boat, plopping that thing, and hopefully catching some donkeys. All right, talk to you soon.
Oh, there's one. Little one.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that won't eat us.
The thing's like, it's like 6 inches. Oh! That was a pretty good bite right there.
Woo-hoo!
Oh my gosh.
Look at that thing. Yeah. Oh, God. Let's get to that. Let's get to that.
Well, that's 2 bites though, right in here. Look at that that fish is almost as big, not as big as the bait. Well, sadly, that's our first fish of the day, and it's like 10:30. We've been fishing for 2 hours. We launched over there at B&W, and then we hopped around on B&W. We hit 3 spots where I've caught them there before, a place where Steven and I caught some on some Senkos. And then we went over to this little community hole over here by Tower Park. Nothing. We got 0 bites so far. Now we're kind of a little ways down from Tower Park where I've caught them in the past. I did a freebie Friday video here many years ago that you'll see on the channel. And we're just kind of trying to cover a bunch of water and figure out, are they on these big flats? Do we need to go back into some islands where there may be still some spawners up in there? But we still got a lot of hours and a lot of water to cover. I'm hoping we catch a few nice ones. You just never know out here. So it's a little bit windy, a little bit windier than we'd like. I'd like to see a little less wind, so a little calmer waters. I've always had better success on the Whopper Plopper when it's dead calm. So we're gonna keep grinding, keep throwing our baits, the 2 rods on the deck, and see if we can't put some fish in the boat and show you some areas and have some fun. Well, it's always fun, but have some fun catching some donkeys. All right, We'll check in with you soon, next time we catch one.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah. Finally.
It's a salmon, dude.
Oh, that's a nice one. As soon as we got back towards the pump. Hey, it was a fun bite though. Doesn't matter how big it is. It's better than the 6-incher. We're upgrading. Finally got bit. Whoa. Oh yeah, 2-pounder. Okay, so we made a move. We went from the Tower Park area and then made our way all the way over here to one of my favorite places to fish. It's Telephone Cut. And this is about the time when the big ones start biting. That's not a big one, but we got a decent one. Finally, the water's super clear back here and the tide's moving out for the next hour. And this is one of the spots I made a top 10 in FLW, and I caught a couple 6-pounders back here around this same time, doing just exactly what we're doing, which is throwing the Whopper Plopper parallel to the bank and just kind of fan casting. We started well before this pump that's coming up right here, just to see if any bites before that are pretty much bonus bites. Most of the bites come from this pump to the next pump, and we just got a little 2-pounder right there, so that was a bonus bite. Seen a lot of like old beds in here. We saw a pair on a bed, so they're still spawning in here as well. We're gonna keep fishing. Hopefully we get a bigger bite in here, because I know the big ones are in here. Obviously I've caught them before. So all right, that's a start. Keep this trainer rolling. Let's do a quick status update. We've been all over the Delta today and we're getting our asses handed to us. This topwater bite is just not on. I don't know if it's just it hasn't been warm enough long enough. It's a little bit windier now this afternoon than it was this morning. So we went from, after the last, when we catch that 2-pounder in Telephone Cut, we tried to go into Mosier, but the skiers were out there, so we bugged out of there. We went to an opening, which is kind of close to Disappointment and the main channel, and had a big blow up there, and that was it. So then we tried a little island that's right across the channel there, just to fish a couple of the openings to see if the fish were kind of moving in and out on the opening and feeding, and there was nothing going on there. So now we're back in Mildred, where we were last time when we were doing the bed fishing, to see if some of those fish are kind of still moving around out here, and some bigger fish are out cruising around and done spawning. So we're gonna spend some time in here and see if we can't get some fish in the boat and put something together in this little submerged or this flooded island out here. Okay, stay tuned. Right now, we've got a 6-incher and a 2-pounder, and that is it. We've had some good sandwiches and some good drinks, and we're under the Bimini top, so that's making it for a better day. All right, let's see if we can't catch some big ones. Uh-oh.
Oh, I got him!
What?
I saw him jump out of the water.
Nice.
Crazy.
He's got one.
Dude, that was nuts. I saw him actually come out of the. That beast barely hurt.
Out of the tools to get it?
Yeah, I saw him the whole time. He was like, I saw him go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, we got one. Another one. Trying to get a shot of this. Oh yeah, he's bad. Oh, he came off. It's like it's like a 2.5 pounder. So we got out of Mildred because it was way too weeded up in there. A lot different than when we were back in there about like 2 months ago or something. We're on Middle River making our way back, and I'm just kind of hitting some sparse tule areas that I've hit in the past. It's pretty windy still. Current's ripping through here. We're gonna hit this spot and like 2 others on the way in, just
see if we can put some more fish in the boat. And Steven just caught one. He's got 3 and I've got zip. But we're just throwing these Whopper Ploppers around still. This is the Whopper Plopper 110. I got a white one. He's got the black and yellow one. And we're just, we're just covering so much water. I mean, we've been out here since 8:30 and it's like, what, 3:30 now? It's 3:17. So we're gonna keep fishing the sparse tulies in this area. Maybe we'll get another bite here. And then like I said, we got some more sparse tulies coming up. We're just making short casts, fishing everything that looks bassy at all. So we're gonna keep going, keep fishing.
Right out. Oh, I got right into that one, like really good. It's like it's not coming out. Yeah, dig it.
Oh, look at it, look.
Oh yeah. Ah!
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Look at this guy. What is going on today? I caught one. Oh no! Fish down. Look at this guy. He's not even bigger than the bait, I don't think. Let's take a look. Let's take it to the tail of the tape, folks. Who's bigger? Oh wait, he's a little bit bigger. Yes! Fly away, little guy. All right, I'm on the board.
There we go.
He's got one. He's got one. Oh. Oh.
Oh, it came off.
What?
Came off. Oh no, wait. It's still on there.
Oh, okay.
It's 2 pounder.
There it is. There it is. Oh man, he's trying to take it. Oh, he's hooked him in the head. That's why.
Oh, is that way?
Yeah, he's hooked in the head. So it looks like. Oh, he's hooked on the side.
He's got him. He's got him in the head.
Oh yeah, you got him in the head.
I'm gonna need my pliers. Okay. That was a little 1 pounder, 2 pounder.
2 pounder.
2 pounder if you're lucky.
In the trough.
Sweet little fish.
Okay, so we made another move. We were fishing Middle River. We got a blow up over there and then it just was too windy. Came across the main channel and oh my gosh, it was pretty windy out there. I didn't expect it to be this windy. I guess I should actually check the weather report. That'd have been job number 1. So we're close to B&W now. We were just gonna fish this little last rocky stretch. I've caught some Whopper Plopper fish here in the past. It's where I did my Whopper Plopper 110 review years ago. And they're always here. There's nothing usually really big. We got to this little weedy section here. Steven got right in the trough and caught a 2 pounder. And we're just about done with the stretch. I'm gonna head in. I wanna show you the setup real quick. It's my go-to Whopper Plopper setup. I love the 130 out here, this size. And you're gonna look at something weird right there is, I like the silent versions. They make them now. This is an older version. It wasn't silent. And I drilled, there's 2 compartments on these. So I drilled a hole in both of them and I let all the little BBs out, the little weights, and then I filled it back up with some epoxy. And now it's silent. I just think they're more stealthy when they're silent. They don't need the rattles. They make so much noise already. So I took the rattles out of this one. And this is just a bone white. It's kind of got an iridescent in it, but I love it on this rod. This is actually a glass rod by Dobbins. This is the DC 735. It's a crankbait rod, 7 feet long, 7 feet 3 inches, 5 power. And I just cast awesome. When you catch a fish, not like I did today, it loads up. The way this thing loads up is just so perfect for this bait, and it's got such a good parabolic on it that this keeps those fish panned. It's easy to cast, it's easy to throw all day. And so it's been my go-to Whopper Plopper rod ever since it came out. So I don't think I've had this for a couple of years now, at least, maybe more. 65-pound braid on here's Power Pro. And then it's just on a Abu Garcia. This is just 6.4 to 1. It's plenty fast. I don't like it super fast. That's pretty much like a medium fast retrieve rate. If I want to speed it up, I'll snap the tip or I'll rotate the handle really fast. But that's the setup out here. And it didn't catch anything today except for a 5-incher. But Steven did all the damage on his. And we're going to finish up this stretch right here, and then we'll do a little wrap up from the truck. So unless we catch another fish. So we'll talk to you from the truck because we're pretty close. All right. Yeah, I love this spot, dude.
There you go. Got him.
What, way out there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a decent one. Oh, no.
No, it was a little guy.
It's caught in his head.
Again?
Yeah.
Slashers, dude. They're little slashers.
And he's got like 5 pounds of juice on him.
Oh, yeah, he does. Now, this is what we expected to happen all day, was to catch a bunch of 1 to 2 pounders and then maybe run into a big one along the way. We still haven't made it back to the truck yet. We're still catching fish. That's why I'm getting bites on this last little stretch by the bridge. A little guy. We're just kind of looking for, basically most of the day we've been looking for areas that don't have a whole lot of wind. We need sparse toolies on flats or sparse hydrilla. That's kind of the recipe out here that we've been looking for to try to hunt down these fish. But I don't know if it's just it hasn't been hot enough. We're not far enough into summer to really get that topwater bite on. And we came out specifically to do this technique, so we've had to really look for areas that match what we want to do. So we've done a lot of driving around. But we still got a good 600 yards, so we're going to keep fishing.
Oh, there's a good one.
Another one.
Oh,
this
yeah, right by that wood. That's a decent one. Fine. Oh, it's a little 1-pounder again.
Oh my gosh, cracking me up.
It's a 1-pounder, but that was fun because I went right on that stick.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's fish number 3 in this spot. Steven's kicking my ass. You know, I don't know. I'm not a huge color guy. I don't think that there's a huge difference, but he's throwing the black one, the black and yellow, and I'm throwing the white one. I've had one bite all day, and he's had, this is probably 6 or 7 for him now, so.
Maybe it's the rattle.
It could, and his is the one that's got all the rattles in it too, so.
Well, it's not clear over here at all, so it's pretty dark.
So we'll see. Hopefully I can pick one up before we go in here, because I can't leave the Delta with a 5-incher all day, so. Terrible, absolutely terrible. All right, I gotta get back to fishing if I'm gonna catch one. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I got one.
What?
I got one.
Last one of the day, woohoo! Look at that little guy.
Oh, 2 more.
1 pound, last 1-pounder of the day, last 1-pounder of the day. That's it, it's like 9 hours of fishing. What time is it? What time is it? He's got to go to the cast. It's 5:09. We got on the water at 8:30. I'm pretty tired. That was a lot of casting and not a lot of catching. So now it's time to go home, some dinner and a beer. All right, fellow anglers, we're back in the truck. I'm gonna show you real quick. There goes the Delta. Bye, Delta. See you later. Just past Tower, that was a Tower Bridge, Tower Park, whatever. And so we came out here thinking, okay, it's almost time to start getting the Whopper Plopper out and just spend all day plopping. And we did do that. We brought the 2 rods, the frog and the plopper. And man, the conditions, it just wasn't right today. We don't have enough hot weather. It was a little bit too windy. I really wanted to stop. Like, we were throwing the plopper. I'm like, I wish I had a spinnerbait right now. I wish I had a spinnerbait. But that forces you to go out there and find areas that work for your technique. So we ran all over the Delta, as you would have seen in some of the maps that I've posted up for you. Made a huge loop on areas that I've caught them in the past and done well, and areas I thought were gonna have the right conditions, which were a flat with some sparse toolies or some sparse hydrilla with not a whole lot of water over their heads. So we wanted that bait to be as close as it could to the fish so they could get up and grab it quickly. So
We ran around looking for those spots, found a bunch of them. The fish weren't biting it. So we're gonna come back out. We're gonna do it again, give it a few more weeks, get some hot weather going for like 2-3 weeks, 95, 95, 95, and we're gonna come back out again. Today was actually pretty nice. I thought we were gonna be out there just sweating all day, but that breeze actually kept us cool, but which also affected the bite. So anyway, we're definitely gonna do it again. This guy right here whooped me up again. I caught one fish and he caught all the fish again. It's starting to become a theme here on The Truth when I go out fishing with him. Good time though. We had sandwiches, we had drinks, good laughs. We caught a bunch of little ones, snagged them, and they were slashing it, getting it on their heads. He keeps thinking he's catching donkeys, and it's because they got a face full of weeds or they're foul hooked, and we're catching 2-pounders. So always a good time. We're gonna come back out. Stay tuned for more content. I'm gonna get back out. I still wanna get back out on the paddleboard. I wanna go do some smallie fishing. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know we're gonna come back out and do this again. So you got some ideas, you've got some locations, come out here, do it on your own. It'll eventually those areas are gonna fire up, and I guarantee we're gonna go out there and we're gonna have like a 20-30 fish day. So it's gonna happen in a few weeks. Stay tuned. I'm Aaron LeSueur. That's Steven LeSueur. This is The Truth. Stay focused, fish hard, and I'll see you out on the water.